Oh hey, you caught me doing one of my favorite things, reading a book. You know, there are so many books out there today. There's books on snowy days, and there's books on bears, and there's books on insects too. You know, there's books on fables, and even if you're just getting started with your words, or maybe you want to be a know-it-all, there's probably a book out there for you. But with all the books on every subject and topic out there, have you ever wondered how it all got started?
How did it all get started?
One of the earliest things that people used to write on were rocks, like this one here. They were abundant, they were everywhere, but rocks had one really major disadvantage. They were heavy. You couldn't really take rocks anywhere. You would write on them and then just leave them there. I wonder how much it'd be to mail this thing.
One of the next things people would use to write on were animal skins. They would stretch them out until they dried, like you see here, and used feather pens and ink made from berries to write on them. But still, this was very time-consuming and very inconvenient.
About the time of the Egyptians, they started using a special paper called papyrus, and papyrus was made from the reeds that grew by the Nile, sort of like bushes. Can you imagine making paper from bushes? And while they had plenty of paper to write on, they still had to write everything by hand over and over and over.
This is too much writing. I quit.
And since paper and writing were so inconvenient that what books there really weren't very many copies.
And then around 1439, Johannes Gutenberg, this guy, invented something truly amazing that would shatter the way people printed books forever.
Oops. Why don't you take a look at a picture of what he invented while I clean this up.
And what he invented truly turned the world upside down. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get that for you. And now that we have that straightened out, here's a picture of Gutenberg's amazing machine. It was called the Movable Type Printing Press.
What did that mean? Well, that meant that instead of the letters being written down on a piece of paper, they were carved out of metal. Well, here, let me show you.
Gutenberg invented a system of using metal letters, like you see here, to put into a frame and use that frame to print the same thing over and over and over.
And now, instead of having somebody write the material over and over and over, you could use the machine and print as many copies as you wanted.
But I still quit.
Why don't we look at a picture of a modern-day printing press while I try to straighten this out.
Here is a picture of a modern-day printing press. Even though some of the mechanical elements have changed, still Gutenberg's principle of using the same thing to print something over and over is still the same.
So the next time you pick up a book, remember Gutenberg, the inventor of the printing press and the man responsible for pretty much all the books that we see today. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and be a know-it-all. Really?